So I'm out here shooting, making sure my dope is right where I want it to be before I head out for mule deer hunting tomorrow. I had a question for you guys. So for me personally, I like shooting at long range on steel targets, 1,000 yards plus, and I'm pretty proficient with it. I'm pretty comfortable with it. But me personally, I will never shoot that distance at an animal. For one, animals constantly moving around. By the time the bullet leaves the barrel to the time the bullet gets to the target, the animal could take one step, and with an elk, one step's 2 or 3 feet almost. So in your opinion, from what you think, what is your max distance that you're 100% comfortable at shooting and 100% certain that you're going to impact where you want it to impact? Obviously with some deviation, especially depending on how you're shooting and what platform you're shooting off of. But for me, even though I'm proficient at 800 to 1,000 yards, I will never pull the trigger on an animal past 400. I mean, that's even still not fun for me. So I personally like to keep it into the guarantee zone of 400 or less. What's yours? And the reason I'm asking this is because there's a lot of people on the internet, especially with, social media hunters and everybody trying to, have bragging cards or whatever it is. I'm not sure what it is, but there's a lot of people that really like to brag about how far away they shot an animal. And that's cool. That's to each their own, good for you. Congrats. But unless you can guarantee or somewhat guarantee that you're going to impact that target on trigger pull one, not, hey, we're 800 yards out, you see it splash 1.5 feet low from their legs, that means you're not proficient at that range. It means you didn't judge it correctly. It means you're just literally putting your pride ahead of the animal. You're making it about you rather than you taking the time to properly stalk it and get within an accurate and ethical range, rather than just ripping off rounds and, sending it and praying to God you impact something and then try to do a follow-up shot afterwards. Me personally, never want to do that. I find it very, very horrendous. So what's your thoughts? Comment section. Last but not least, the reason that I can't stand shooting past certain distances for hunting purposes is because in target shooting, you're prone or you're on a bag or you're on bipods and tripods and all sorts of weird things to get you accurate. Even precision rifle competitions, you have different things you may not have while you're hunting. You may not have the luxury of those stable platforms. You have to shoot off the side of a tree, over a buddy's shoulder, using somewhat unstable platforms that your perfect accuracy is going to have that nice little panicking figure 8 on top of your heart rate from being so excited about the moment. Your groups that were, sub MOA are now going to open up tremendously. And if you compound that by longer distances, you could be hitting ass or head on an animal and just hoping to God you impact in the right spot. So ethically, for me, 400 yards or less is where I'm going to max it out. If I can't get within 400 yards or less, trigger's not getting pulled. So what's your max range and why? Comment section.